Christmas Solo is a 2017 film, also known as A Song for Christmas, though there is a Hallmark film with that name, so not to be confused. And I was really interested in the premise of this. I thought it would be quite a fun watch, and I was not mistaken. It's fantastic. One thing that struck me as being a potential problem, but executed fantastically with no issues, is that it kind of is trying to do two different styles of Christmas film. On the one hand, it's trying to have a romantic focus that would appeal to adult viewers, and it's also got to high school children who would definitely appeal to a teenage audience, making it more of a teen film. And I thought, well, is it going to be able to tie those two nicely enough to make it watchable by both target audiences? And I think it does a fantastic job. So as I said, released in 2017, it's directed by Christie written by Sheryl G. Anderson. And the description from IMDb is as follows. Two single parents stumble into the possibility of love at Christmas, only to discover their daughters were embroiled in a nasty rivalry at school. To make a very long story short, Charlotte is a new kid at school. She tries out for the solo at the Christmas festival. MJ becomes her rival because she's very bitter and very jealous about Charlotte and all of the things that she's kind of getting in life. And, having these new friends, getting parts in the festival, and MJ makes her life a living hell. And she's a typical school bully who has her own problems, but does not care about anybody but herself. Obviously, we have some character development and we go through different situations, but they are rivals at school. Unbeknown to them, their parents, both single, start to date one another. And they don't realise that that's that person's parent. So there's a little bit of dramatic irony there, which I think is pretty decent. But for me, I really liked the performances, and I think that's what made it the most enjoyable, because the narrative itself is pretty interesting. I get a bit annoyed by MJ, who's also called Melissa. She's played by Kayla Wallace, and her performance is fantastic, but I get really irritated by the character because I want to slap her. Because she kept saying to Charlotte that, you've ruined everything, you've done this, you've done that, when actually Charlotte had done nothing. And as a viewer, that's blatantly obvious, and I just wanted to grab MJ and shake her and tell her to wake up and stop being an idiot. Obviously, I couldn't do that. I prayed for some character development that would go in the right direction. I will not say whether or not that happened, but I do recommend the film, so make up your own mind there, I guess. Pippa Mackie plays Charlotte, and she has this utterly phenomenal singing voice. She's a great character. I think she's really well played. I found her to be very engaging. I also recognise her from somewhere, and I can't work out where I've seen her, what I've seen her in, but I definitely recognise her from somewhere. But I loved her in this. I thought the casting was brilliant. We also have Kelli Williams, who plays Jennifer, Charlotte's mother, and Jonathan Scarfe, who plays Nate, MJ's mother. And I thoroughly enjoyed all of their performances. Now the big question is, does this feel Christmassy? Honestly, yes and no. There are parts where it does. And certainly the soundtrack. We have a lot of Christmas songs being sung. It's a very Christmassy, festive soundtrack. Beautiful vocals. And some not so beautiful vocals when we get to see the audition stage, but that's a lot of fun. We do have some Christmas decorations. Some snow. I'd say it feels pretty festive. It's not the most festive film I've ever seen, but it definitely captures the magic of Christmas. I really like the characters. I guess I kind of loved to hate MJ because I wasn't so annoyed that I couldn't watch the film. I was just so annoyed that I really wanted to hit her. It's a brilliant film. As I said, it is called A Christmas Solo. I watched it on Amazon Prime or possibly Netflix, one of the two, where it is being advertised as A Song for Christmas, which is the name of a different film as well. It's brilliant. It's great fun. As I said, kind of has two target audiences. I guess I'm kind of appealing. I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I guess both of those appeal to me, so it worked really well. I think it intertwined the two themes really well. I absolutely thought it was brilliant. I would watch it again. I did enjoy it, and without question, I would recommend it.